Boleh mulakan sekarang. Mungkin soalan yang pertama saya nak tujukan pada Syarmin. Kenapa agaknya memilih naskah Janji ZEHAN ini untuk Astro First Exclusive?
Hello, welcome everyone. I think I cakap dalam English, I think for Astro First Exclusive, we've always done different things. So I think this time around when Bernard, Sabrina and Wild Snapper came to us about a love story in Iran, my first question was, I think like what you saw in the movie, Sekitar, Iran. Right? So I think once again, we were excited with the idea of basically shooting in another country and more importantly a different culture, something which I think a lot of us are not exposed to, and also basically bringing a relationship into different cultures. So I think that's what excited us about this movie.
Yes, and it is very beautiful. Benar menjawab soalan Syarmin itu, selamat ke Iran?
Seperti yang Arman cakap pada ZEHAN, I think it wasn't just me. Crew really felt safe. I mean, it's not just from safety with your belongings. I mean, I'll tell you one little story. My first impression, and when you travel to a place, it's your first impression. I arrived in Tehran International Airport, and then I went to Tehran Mehrabad Airport for an internal flight to Shiraz. But my first trip to Shiraz was actually on my own. I went to see if this film was possible. And I sampai dekat airport, and then I needed to charge my phone, and I saw many people charging their phone, multiple charging points. Kalau dekat most countries, you charge and then you like stand next to it. In Tehran Mehrabad, people plug their phones, go off for 5 minutes to the toilet, and so like there's a whole row of phones being charged, and I plugged mine and sat, and that was my first and small example of feeling I'm in a very safe, trusting country. And so from there on, just more and more stories of friendliness. It's not just one of the safest countries we felt in, but genuinely, warga Iran are really friendly. Some of the friendliest people we've met. And we've traveled a lot of places, and they are genuinely friendly.
Okay, dan sebelum saya tanya Fazura, saya nak tanya Sabrina, working with a award-winning director with Bernard Charlie, bagaimana experience tu? Dan di Iran, it's not in Malaysia.
Semua kenal Bernard. Bernard seorang pengarah yang hebat in a lot of ways. But I think for me, when Bernard ajak to direct together and said Fazura's going to be in it, I was very nervous. But Bernard is somebody that he with his genius and his greatness, he ajak everybody onto this ride that he goes along. It's not just his way, it's always a collaboration. So the experience went from nervousness to learning lots and still learning lots, and then we felt like true collaborators on this project. So it was a dream come true for me lah.
Dan Fazura, reunion bersama your favorite director.
I don't like this director. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah. Dah tak ada job saya ambil lah. Of course, saya rasa semua orang tahu my relationship with Bernard daripada zaman Golan Gincu ke Pisau Cukur ke Mana Cinta di Kapadokia dan sekarang Lazir Bipayan. Semua orang memang tahu bagaimana rapatnya saya dengan Bernard, and of course how much I adore him as a director, as a brother and as a friend. Most importantly as a director. Dan saya rasa saya dah bekerja dengan ramai pengarah, tapi the bonding that I have with Bernard, the bond that I have with Bernard is extra special. Dan setiap kali Bernard menyuarakan, I want to do something with you, saya tak payah tengok skrip pun, okay, nak. Tu macam nak, okay. And when Bernard said, tapi kita nak shoot kat Iran, I said, so nak tak? I said, I've never been to Iran. And then of course my first question is, safe ke? I said, safe ke? I nak kahwin tau. And when I said, no, it's not what you think. Of course, when you go there, nanti you will see for yourself. It's not what is written in the papers or what we hear in the news. Overall alhamdulillah saya sekali lagi sangat berpuas hati dengan jalan cerita dan ZEHAN sendiri satu karakter yang berbeza yang tak pernah saya mainkan sebelum ni, dan klisenya dan not cliche, I would say maybe special lah in a way. Setiap kali saya berlakon dengan Bernard, dia berikan watak tu mesti ada kena-mena dengan fasa kehidupan saya masa tu. Kalau dulu zaman Golden Gincu, zaman-zaman clubbing,
Zaman futsal. Zaman bersukan.
Cover line semua semua you know that time saya masih lagi muda dan sebab enjoying life, so itulah Putri. Dan itu juga zaman pasal juga zaman fashion, mana cerita dari Kapadokia, saya masih mencari diri sendiri. Dan now ZEHAN seorang yang tahu apa dia nak, so banyak dalam diri ZEHAN tu ada persamaan dengan saya. So once again, thank you Bernard, thank you Syamil, thank you Sabrina for letting me be her for a very short and memorable time. I learned so much about ZEHAN.
Okey, sebelum saya buka soalan untuk rakan-rakan media, apa kata suami tadi selepas menonton? Apa komen Fatah selepas menonton tadi? Suami silakan nak tahu. Saya pun tak nak. Saya pun nak tahu. Mungkin Faz boleh jawabkan.
Okay lah, I mean masa yang crying scene tu dia macam kucuk sedih. But overall memang I think lepas tengok filem tu dia pun nak pergi Iran. One day lah insyaAllah.
Okey, jadi malangnya pelakon lelaki utama Reza Amir Reza ni tidak dapat bersama kita atas komitmen kerja, tapi kita nak teruskan sidang media. Mungkin rakan-rakan media ada soalan untuk ditanyakan? Dia selalu nervous ni, dia macam okey Farihan, soalan.
Untuk Bernard, adakah filem ini juga akan ditayangkan di Iran? Dan apakah cabaran atau pengalaman pahit manis ketika mengarahkan filem ini di sana, dan juga untuk Fazura, bagaimana awak create chemistry dengan Amir? Tak pernah jumpa sebelum ni kan, so macam mana?
Seperti yang kita tengok di akhir end credits, ini adalah collaboration, a partnership di antara co-production di antara Malaysia dan Iran. Of course, it's commissioned by Astro First and it belongs to Astro First. Tetapi our co-producer, Dr. Hossein Najat, memang the first time I met him, he wanted to commit to it not just sebagai production support, dia nak jadi co-producer sebab dia lihat potensi dalam filem ni, dalam idea ni untuk release di pawagam di Iran, mungkin on television di negara menjirani Iran dan juga mungkin beberapa negara Timur Tengah. So itu harapan kita, and at the moment we hope at least to begin with the film hopefully will screen at a film festival di Tehran dulu, at a film festival in Iran. That's what we hope, and then from there we'll see. Because I think, of course, Iranian cinema is world renowned. Tetapi cerita ni agak fresh, agak contemporary, it's cross-cultural, and producer kita semua, dia memang producer yang sangat berpengalaman, and he feels that hopefully this can also tap to quite a young contemporary audience di Iran dan di negara jiran, and maybe hopefully also in-flight entertainment with quite a few airlines, so we don't know, hopefully, but in Malaysia it was very clear I wanted to do this exclusively for Astro First, not for film, not for Astro First. Lepas tu, it's so nice, let's take the pawagam. It was a very clear strategy because I want to continuously test audiences, and I feel that we can grow and diversify our audiences on platforms like Astro First if we tell good and interesting and beautiful stories. Itu jawaban saya. Working with Amir
my chemistry, sorry, of course pertama kali bila saya diperkenalkan dengan Amir, saya pun wonder macam mana nak do rehearsals, because of course Amir is from Iran and he's based in I think London or Iran, but Bernard flew him, Astro and Bernard flew him to Kuala Lumpur, dan kami ada masa dalam 2-3 hari untuk rehearsal, dan setiap kali saya berlakon dengan Bernard memang kita akan buat a lot of exercises, energy bonding exercises. So from there dalam 2 hari tu alhamdulillah kami dapat mencipta chemistry itu. So it was a process lah. Bila berada di Iran tu, setiap hari pun kami mengambil masa untuk mengenali pribadi masing-masing, dan at the same time from there kita build our character and build our chemistry. Dan alhamdulillah bila menonton filem tadi, saya rasa I think the chemistry is there lah.
If I can just add a bit more, this project, like a few of my recent projects, is diolah bersama dengan pelakon. So some of the scenes was scripted tetapi tak ada dialogue. The dialogue had to come from the actors through rehearsals and on location. And in that sense, that's where I think Fazura channeled her own experience sebagai Fazura into ZEHAN. You know, an example, for instance, when Arman asks ZEHAN about memories of songs, memories from your childhood, or what's your experience with your ex. Actually, that came truthfully and honestly dari Fazura. And likewise, Amir also brought his lines and his personal experience. And that's how I actually enjoy working with actors, especially in cross-cultural collaborations. Mulai dari Eropah yang Amikon Pelari, Kontina Ana Lisa Srihani, dan sekarang Fazura and Amir dalam Tausif Dibayang. And that was also what Sabrina and I wanted right from the start.
Baik, terima kasih. Soalan seterusnya, rakan media.
Actually, Bernard, can you elaborate on why you chose to tell the story in Iran? What made you fall in love with the country in the first place?
I've always wanted to go to Iran. And I've got a funny story. I also always wanted to go to many countries, even Damascus and Syria, and I waited too long. And I saw when an opportunity arose, when Wild Snapper asked me, Astro First would like you to work with us. Would you like to work with us? Of course. Do you have any idea? I don't have a concrete idea, but I know I want to work with Fazura. I want to go to Iran, and I want to co-direct with a female director, Sabrina. So actually, those three were the starting points. But I've lived and worked in Turkey for a short while. I've lived and worked in Greece for a short while, and now Iran was in a way an obvious but also not obvious next neighboring country.